The only peace I find is a future that never happened. One where I, Paul Atreides, was never born. I created the future until it created me. But I see a narrow way, the path that might have been. What if my mother had obeyed her orders and given birth to a girl? Everything would change. Dr. Yue exposed before his betrayal. A world where my father lives. House Atreides surviving the Battle of Arrakeen. Sardaukar deployed to protect the spice melange. A war of assassins spreading across the planet. Fremen exterminated. No Muad'Dib. No Lisan al-Gaib. No Kwisatz Haderach. All of my visions lead to horror. Except for this one. This one leads to you.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. This, as you can see, is Dune Awakening. This is, of course, just the bench test and the character creation that has been released. The actual game releases in about 3 months' time. And so we're going to have a quick look. We're going to see how the bench test comes up against everything else. I will, of course, let you know my system specifications before, of course, we actually do the benchmark. But we're going to start with the benchmark, and then we're going to have a quick look at the character creation. So, before we start the benchmark, just so you know roughly what I'm playing with, I have an RTX 3070. I have a Ryzen 7 5800X 8-core processor. I have 32 gigabytes of RAM, and of course, we are working off an SSD. And so let's go ahead and run the benchmark and see what it thinks my hardware can do. The benchmark as well is supposed to be a little kind of movie thing, which, from the sounds of the description, sounds quite interesting. So we'll also get to see that as well. I can assume that's my frame rate in the top left. As you can see, we're running around the 90s and 80s to 100s, which is not bad. Now, of course, they did, as you can potentially see, they did put a disclaimer up saying this is not guaranteed to be the end results, naturally. But hopefully it at least, in essence, stays where it is. You know? You would expect, hopefully it maybe gets better. It might get a little bit worse, especially, you know, this is a bench test, so I don't know how heavily it's testing it. But if there's going to be, you know, several of you in the same place, potentially in combat, that's what I'd expect to potentially, you know, really start pushing your system hard. But let's continue to see how the bench test runs. So that first part wasn't bad. I'm sure I do believe there is more to the bench test than just that. I think we have a little bit more to go. I mean, as you can see, I think the loading screens could be a little bit faster. So you can see here's a bit more of a crowded area. And of course, as I said, we're also going to look at character creation. Now, they do give you a little bit of a incentive, or should we say a draw, in terms of if you create your character now and import it when the game comes out, it you do get a free little skin for a knife. So you do get that. Alright, so we've just dropped off to some kind of port and geared up, in essence. And just rushing through the desert. You can see a transporter up top, and there you have it. Shai Hulud in his glory. Whilst some sort of giant destruction goes on in the background. So there you go. It actually has what I have available for, should we say, playing on screen. There you go. So it tells you my exact settings and what they're currently at. As you can see, it's generally saying I should be playing on ultra and high. Playing on global illumination performance. That's pretty much the only thing that's not saying on high. High and high. And so minimum FPS 78, 64, and 99, depending on where we are. Average FPS, there you go. So we're averaging around 100, and maximum is hitting up to the 130s, 150s. So I think that's pretty good, because, I mean, I don't run a potato. I do not believe I run a potato. But I also do not believe that, you know, I have the be end and end all of computers anymore. This is a couple of years old, what I'm running. But yeah, I'd say that runs pretty well. So as long as we don't get any problems, or it doesn't get any worse, or there's no other little hidden things, it's I think it's looking pretty good. So no, we're not going to wish this on Steam, but thank you. There you go. The Frame Blade. This is the inclusive hello. The code will allow you to redeem the exclusive Frame Blade knife skin at launch. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be just for me or for you guys, but all of you get off my Frame Blade. I will, I think I have to go and potentially block that post recording. So let's go and create a character. Yeah, like I said, the clicking and the move between menus does seem a little bit slow. So there's a little bit of a potential, should we say, disconnect there. So hopefully that gets slightly improved, because we don't want the loading in between scenes to be too long. And here you are. We are walking up to the Reverend Mother.
Show yourself, child.
And so there you have it. So we can start to choose what we look like. We have... Let's start flicking through the presets. We have a few... Oh, nice blue hair. We have a few generic presets. Male and female, of course. Then we're hitting into Harkonnen presets here. And then back to the beginning. Okay, so that's the preset. You can, of course, make yourself really, really tall. All the way down to really, really short. Let's make me a smidge taller. Ooh. Arm thickness. Extremely muscular, extremely slim. We're going to go for a little bit slim, but not too much. Leg thickness. Well, we definitely don't skip leg days, so let's pump that up a little bit. Neck length. Wow. We go from giraffe to not having a neck at all. Let's just attempt to go for average. Chest size. Let's go. We've either got Arnie. I don't know why that suddenly moved. Questioning. Or we've got pigeon chest. We'll just simply go for average. Skin tone. Oh, there you go. We go from Harkonnen white up to a nice tan, all the way into browns and blacks, all the way down to a nice pale but not quite Harkonnen. We go for mild tanned. We don't want to be should we say too held back under the Arakan sun. Vitiligo, I believe. Yep, Vitiligo strength. That's going to be turned off. Freckles density. Oh, poor freckled man under the sun. That's just a bit harsh. Face type. Okay. So, of course, you've pretty much got your standards. Bigs to smalls to rounds to squares. You go. We're probably just going to go for that one. Age. We can age ourselves up nicely. We're going to go for a slightly young. Head details. Jaw width. Jaw. So it's pretty in depth. I don't usually go quite this in depth when I'm going to go for a little bit darker green when I'm creating too much of a character. Sclerotint. Oh, wow. I'm going to go for black background in those eyes. Eye details. Again, you've got full-blown eye size and everything. Nose details, mouth details, skin blemishes. We're going to go completely unblemished. Never seen an Arakan sun. Skin redness. Has seen too much Arakan sun. Skin dark circles. Okay, let's skip one across then again. Hairstyle. Let's, whoa. Very nice hairstyles we got going on here. Got a little bit of a backwards top knot, bit of a standard short and scruffy. We have got a beautiful 80s mohawk right there. Bowl cut. What else have we got? We've got so many styles. So many styles indeed. We're going to go for a comb back. So there you go. We'll go for the comb back hair color. Let's add a bit more red into that hair. Eyebrow style. Big and thick. Again, so many styles. We're going to, I don't know, just pick one. Eyebrow details. Oh, we can make them. Hang on. Full depth. No depth. Full depth. No depth. I can see what it's changing everything around, but I don't really see how it's changing the eyebrows. Anyway. Beard style, beard color. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of a beard. We should probably make it match the color of our hair, mind you. Oh, some mutton chops. We're going for the mutton chops. Beard color. Let's have you match in color. The curtains do match the drapes. And okay, let's go on to the next one. Face tattoo, body tattoo, tattoo age. Face tattoo style, well, you can go for a full half. Got some top tattoos, you got some neck tattoos. Oh, yeah, I think we'll go for the lip tattoo. Or you've got a target you can basically paint on your forehead. No, we'll go for the lower lip tattoo. Body tattoo style. Wow, that is blurry. I don't know if that's supposed to be that blurry. I feel like it's not. There's your first little find. Headscar style. We can. Okay, I think that's hidden. Okay, we'll go ahead and keep that. Scar depth. Don't seem to be able to change the color of your tattoos, which is interesting. I thought that would very much be an option. And then, oh, eye makeup. We won't have any eye makeup or eyeshadow. Eyeliner, lipstick style. Hello. We won't be having any lipstick. Lip gloss, lipstick, metallic. And that's pretty much it. So, you can go into quite some in-depth on some parts. There might be a bit more added, although I wouldn't think so for the character creation, because the whole point that they've gone and done is create a character before the full game gets released. Everybody's going to feel a bit cheated and then simply have to redo it if they go and double the options for character creation. Unless, of course, they add a magic mirror. Let's go ahead and hit finish character. Confirm character. Yes. Oh, sorry, spacebar. I pressed the wrong button. There is me.
What I am? Then I will sift your words for lies. Let's begin.
And then
Where
what comes next? Okay, then you actually pick the details of your character. Heavily industrialized volcanic world, the baronial seat of House Harkonnen is controlled by a network of dense urban enclaves. We're good with deception, and we have the Harkonnen curse. Now, okay, that's just a unique emote. A rich and verdant agri-world of rolling hills and river-fed valleys, the music planet is the center of culture and civility in the Imperium. temperate but storm-racked oceanic world, the ancestral home of House Atreides, is known for its relaxed agrarian lifestyle and famous vineyards. A green and pleasant world with satellite-controlled weather. The fates of many are decided within the ornate halls of the Imperial Palace. A forbidding ice world of mountain, tundra, and forest. The Ixians conceal their vast technological empire within sprawling underground cities. I am thinking... Well, I was thinking of being Atreides, but I quite like this verdant music planet, to be honest, so we're going to go for that.
A grand center of the arts. The Order of the Imperium is rooted in the Farfaluches. A place for every man, and every man in his place. Where is your place?
Okay, so you can either be the educated caste that serves the great houses and administers imperial bureaucracy. Bondsmen are known casually as the citizen class. A caste reserved for essential members of noble household or retinue. Now familiar are afforded certain privileges and protections by their status. The vast peasant labor force that drives the imperial engine. Pions are bound to their fief in which they live and are considered the property of their lord. Bondsman, nobility, or pion? We're going to go pion, actually.
You've risen above your station. Most peons go their entire lives without seeing the inside of a starship.
Her mouth movement is a little bit weird for me. It's like she's trying to hold a permanent grimace whilst also talking and not actually opening her mouth.
You had a mentor in your youth, trained by one of the schools. Who was your mentor?
Okay, we have every great house of the Landsraad fields its own standing army or house guard, and the backbone of these formations are career soldiers known as troopers. As you can see, we get these abilities. Starting ability, shoot a barb that attaches to a surface, launching you towards that position. We've got a Mentat, a secret of an insular organization. The Order of Mentats conditions and adheres to store and analyze vast amounts of data at human speeds. Deploy a Suspensor Boyd Dart projection that uses motion detection to cover a field of fire. The Bene Gesserit Acolyte. Of course, any of you who have seen the games or read the... Seen the games, played the games, seen the films, read the books, will know, of course, the Bene Gesserit. A shadowy all-female order with a deliberate, obscure agenda. Adepts of the Sisterhood are prized by the nobility and feared by the rest of Imperium. Now, that would seem a bit weird that I could be a male in an all-female order. Or a Swordmaster, enter a defensive stance to deflect dart attacks. Revered throughout the Imperium, Swordmaster of the Fallen Gnaz School still represent the pinnacle of fighting prowess in the Neon universe. I'm going to go for a Mentat.
You must have been very young. The mind must be prepared, or the training does not take. The test is almost complete. Have you spoken truth?
So then, of course, I have spoken the truth, or you can go back and change your options.
Come here. Kneel.
And here she uses the voice on me.
Put your hand in the box.
Personal my opinion, I don't know. They could do more with the audio. At this point, I feel.
Neck the Gomjabar, the high-handed enemy. Don't pull away, or you will die. Great plots are afoot in the Imperium, and the currents of intrigue run deeply. Arrakis is the key, and the Fremen are missing. You will go to Arrakis as our agent, prisoner. You have one task. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. Everything depends on this. Do you understand?
There you go. So at the end there, you heard her voice a little bit, because it was quite hard to distinguish when she was talking to us and when she was actually using the voice. But that we could actually hear a little bit more, which was great.
Good. You speak truth. But here is the rest of it. There is only one rule.
Survive.
Keep your hand in the box. Withdraw it and die. An animal would gnaw off its own hand to escape the pain. And we can only be served by humans. Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper. You will know when it is done.
there you go. So that is exclusive in-game reward. Oh, I'm stuck on. Okay, now I'm stuck on this page. There you go. We have gone and found the first error. Oh, there you go. That's why. And there you go. We do go back to the front screen. It was stuck trying to tell me the code, which of course you've all now seen. And so yeah, there you go. That was the benchmark test for you. That was what it believes. I'm hoping, yes, this is basically what we've got put down. And so yeah, we've gone and created a character, and that would in essence show you what the beginning of the game is all about. So I hope you enjoyed this very, very quick look at Dune Awakenings. Now, unfortunately, we cannot, of course, go and actually see any of the gameplay. I don't know if there'll be anything further going forward before the game is released, but hopefully, who knows. But until next time, as per always, thank you all very much for joining us, and until we see you again, I hope that you will stay safe, happy, and healthy.